morning, students. I have come here today to do the assignment number 7 and 8 from lesson number 3, Movements of the Earth. Now already you know the two movements of the Earth are rotation and revolution. Now as usual I will read the textual information with the drawings, diagrams which I have given to you. The Earth has two types of movements, that is rotation and revolution. Rotation, the movement of the Earth on its axis is called rotation. The Earth takes 24 hours, that is 1 day, to complete one rotation. It rotates from west to east. We move from west to east. Due to this, we see the sun rises in the east, but the sun doesn't rise. The sun is fixed in one place. All the stars are fixed in one place. The planets are moving. Rises in the east and sets in the west. Days and night, the rotation of the earth causes day and nights. Due to its spherical shape, only one half of the earth receives the light from the sun at a particular time. This half has day, and the other half, which is turned away from the sun, is in darkness, and that is night. Now our Earth's rotation, you can see the sun rays are falling on this part of the Earth, so this part has daytime, and the other part, just the opposite part, is in darkness, so it is nighttime. Now but it is not in one place, so the Earth is rotating, so this part will again go to the other portion, and the part which was in darkness will get the sunlight, and that part will have daytime, and the part which had got the sun rays will go to the other part. So this is how it is rotating, and it's rotate one time in 24 hours, which causes day and night. And the earth is spinning on its axis. Next is revolution. While rotating on its axis, the earth also revolves around the sun. That you know, both the movements I have shown you. This movement is called revolution. The earth revolves around a fixed path called orbit. Remember, the path is called orbit, and that path is oval in shape, elliptical in shape. The earth takes 365 and 1/4 days to complete, or 1 year to complete one revolution. Now this diagram is shown to you. The earth revolves around the sun, and the earth takes 365 and 1/4 days. Now in some places you see they write 365 because I have explained to you that 1/4, that is 6 hours, is added, and in the 4th year that 6 hours plus 6 hours plus 6 hours plus 6 hours, 24 hours, we have one extra day in the month of February, that is called leap year, to complete one revolution, that is a year. Now come to the exercise which I have given you. The two movements of the earth, rotation and revolution. Who first said that the earth moves around the sun? In the beginning, in the olden days, people thought that earth is not moving because you can't feel any movement, and they thought the earth is fixed in one place and the sun is moving because they can see the sun rising and setting. So it was Nicholas Copernicus, who was an astronomer, who first said that earth moves around the sun. Number 3, the earth moves on its axis, that causes rotation. Had it been in fixed place, there would have been no rotation or revolution. Number 4, rotation causes day and night. Number 5, it takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Number 6, the earth rotates from west to east direction. Excuse me. Number 7, the part of the earth which has night is turned away from the sun. So if it is night time, it is turned away from the sun, and now as we are having daytime, it is facing towards the sun. Number 8, why are days and nights caused? The rotation of the earth on its axis causes day and night. due to spherical shape. The earth is spherical in shape, so only half of the earth receives light from the sun at a particular time. This half is day, and the other part that is in darkness as night. So this is how days and nights are caused. Please check the answer which you have written. Once more I am repeating, the rotation of the earth on its axis causes day and night. Due to spherical shape, only half of the earth receives light from the sun at a particular time. This half is day. The other part that is in darkness as night. The ninth question is, why do we see that the sun rises in the east? The earth rotates from west to east. It is going from west to east in a circular elliptical orbit, and due to this we see the sun rises in the east and set in the west. Students, then I told you to draw the diagram of rotation of the earth. In your assignment, I have given the diagram. In your textbook, the diagram is given. I hope by now you have drawn many times the diagram of this rotation of the earth. Please draw a spherical figure, and then you draw the sun rays, and then you shade it, one half in darkness and one half lighted one. Please draw the axis as it is given in your assignment, and in your textbook too you have the diagram of rotation. This is your 7th assignment. Coming to the 8th assignment, I have given you all the information on this chapter, movement of the earth, because I thought that you should read again and again, and you should understand it, and you should see the diagrams and able to comprehend it. So just read it once more. Revolution, the earth revolves around the sun. It is called revolution. The earth rotates and revolves at the same time. So one movement is rotation and one movement is revolution. Two movements going simultaneously. Simultaneously means together. The earth has a fixed path in which it revolves. It is called orbit, and it is oval in shape. Children, all these things are very, very important lines. Learn it and practice writing it in your notebooks. One revolution takes 365 and 1/4 days, which is equal to 1 year. This is the diagram of revolution of the earth. You can see the earth is moving in an elliptical orbit, the path, and this is the different movement. I will explain to you very clearly the seasons, so that when because the earth is tilted and because the earth is rotating on its axis, so the part with the northern part is hemisphere is facing towards the sun. It is summer in northern hemisphere. Opposite will happen in the southern hemisphere. They will have winter, and when the southern hemisphere is facing towards the sun, they have summer, and opposite will be in the northern hemisphere. That will be winter. These are the two positions. They are called equinox. Here you can see the sun rays are falling vertically on the equator. So it is equal day and equal nights in both the. So here it is spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. Here opposite thing, naturally it will be autumn in southern hemisphere and autumn in northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, and spring in the southern. This all, both the things will be opposite. These are the 4 positions. Just now we had this summer equinox, summer solstice. That was on the day we had solar eclipse, and that was 21st of June, the day when we have the longest day in northern hemisphere. That is 21st of June when we had the solar eclipse. The revolution of the earth causes 4 seasons: summer, winter, autumn and spring. When the earth is in the second position, north pole is, this is your second position, north pole is tilted towards the sun. The northern hemisphere gets more sunlight, therefore it is summer in the northern hemisphere. During this time, the south pole is tilted away. You can see the South pole is away from the sun, and so the southern hemisphere gets less sunlight, and therefore it is winter in southern hemisphere. When the earth is in the fourth position, this is your fourth position, the south pole is tilted. Now the opposite thing is happening because it is moving, and the south pole is tilted towards the sun, and the southern hemisphere gets more sunlight, and therefore it is summer in southern hemisphere. Naturally the opposite will happen in the northern hemisphere. During this time north pole will be tilted away from the sun, and so the northern hemisphere will get less of sunlight, and therefore it will be winter in northern hemisphere. This is the month of December, this is the month of May and June when we get summer. Okay, next is that the position of 1 and 3, that is the equinox. The rays of sun falls directly on the equator. As a result, the length of the days and nights are equal throughout the world, and it is neither too hot nor too cold in both the hemisphere. The northern hemisphere has spring in the first position and autumn in third position. So here the northern hemisphere is having spring, and here northern hemisphere will have autumn. Autumn means just before the winter, and we hardly have autumn in India. And the southern hemisphere will have autumn. Opposite thing will happen. The southern hemisphere will have autumn in the first position and spring in the third position. So this is the, I have given you the thing. This is winter solstice, this is summer solstice, this is autumnal equinox, and this is vernal, that is also called vernal equinox. Okay. Now coming to rotation and revolution difference, you should know it very well. By now I think you hope you have understood with pictures. I will explain to you. Rotation, the spinning of an object on its axis. You know the earth is spinning on its axis. This is why the rotation is there. And the movement of the earth on object in the space around it means it is moving around, that is revolution. It causes day and night, and revolution causes the season and year. Example, earth spinning around on its axis. Example, the earth moving around the sun. It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. It takes 365 and 1/4 days to revolve around the sun. You can see this rotation and revolution day and night, and this is causing the seasons. With this we come to an end to this assignment number 7 and 8. Children, understand the rotation and revolution by drawing both the diagrams. Learn the difference between rotation and revolution. Learn these answers. I hope with spellings you will learn them and you will be able to comprehend, and whenever you have any like revision test I have given you in the assignments, so you will be able to write those answers very well. Thank you.